What's going on, guys? This is Ryan with the Outpost, and director David Ayer has been very patiently waiting and asking and hoping that eventually one day fans will be able to see his cut, his version of Suicide Squad, the movie that we saw in 2016 that very clearly, according to all reports, was hammered into something that it was never really meant to be, that it really got panned by a lot of critics and audiences, even though it did make its money. But that is not the movie that David Ayer wanted everyone to see. It's not the movie that he made originally. Very much like other things we've seen go down with Warner Brothers and their directors for DC movies, just like Zack Snyder and what happened with Justice League. But David Ayer, ahead of the August 5th planned trending event for hashtag release the Ayer cut, is sharing some very, very personal details about why he is not going to give up on the hope that one day people will be able to see his version of that movie. And we're going to read it all for you. This all stems from people taking the opportunity to talk about James Gunn's The Suicide Squad to bash David Ayer and the movie that came out, again, back in 2016. It started right here after this review from Tim Grierson. A nice reminder that David Ayer really is one of the worst studio filmmakers in a long time. And Tim Grierson follows it up with, yeah, many times while watching the new movie, I thought, yeah, David Ayer should just abandon the idea of that director's cut. He's getting very much ratioed right now after David Ayer shared this message, and I want to read it in its entirety to you guys. My turn. I don't know what quit is. I am not who you think I am. Nothing in my life was handed to me. It's been a struggle from the jump. My pops committed suicide Christmas morning when I was 4 in Miami, and that was the beginning. Foster care, abuse, disruption, chaos. I went to more schools than I can count. What's stability? I was in South LA doing hood rat shit as a kid, got arrested, LA County probation forever, had to take the bus to Crenshaw and Exposition to get to see the gang lady twice a month, but that didn't stop me from doing a lot of stupid and dangerous shit. I was the kid everybody just knew was going to end up dead or in prison, and I was in the right hood for it. I've seen bodies, blood, heads busted open, watched people die, stepped over brains on the sidewalk, been shot at more times than I can remember, got my ass beat by LAPD, got one of the first crack houses in LA was on my block. I dropped out of high school and was every day in the streets holding up a wall on a bodega, took someone dying in my arms covered in their blood and vomit to wake me up. So owning the fact that he made terrible fucking decisions and changed his life. So I joined the Navy, served on a nuclear submarine, and saw more, and experienced things that seared my soul. Try 67 days underwater in a steel tube, and when you're running out of food. The Navy broke me, and the Navy saved me. I learned discipline, and the Navy gave me a work ethic. I lived in Sinaloa, Baja, California, bounced back and forth, worked any job I could after that. House painting, construction, electrician. I started writing screenplays because someone saw something in me I didn't. Wesley Strick, thank you, saved my life. I wrote, and I got sucked back into the streets, smoking PCP and cruising in my old Cutlass. I didn't have a refrigerator. I didn't have a bed. I had nothing. I didn't file tax returns for 7 years. I had no future. And I figured I was just burning time until I caught a case and got locked up. That's where Training Day came from. I saw it happen. I heard all the neighborhood stories. I wrote them down. I poured my soul on the page. And when someone offered me 30 grand for the rights, I laughed. But Training Day was special. Of course, no one believed at the time. The nice Hollywood folks refused to believe cops could be that corrupt. Then the Rampart scandal happened, and yeah, they realized maybe it's real. Took years to get that movie made, and it changed my life. The lessons in that script put your pain on the page. That's why I tell stories. I've seen life. I've seen people. I've seen the bad do good and the good do bad. I write about my lived truth, and I take the risk like putting my house on the line to direct my first movie. I put my life into Suicide Squad. I made something amazing. My cut is intricate and emotional journey with some bad people who are shit on and discarded. A theme that resonates in my soul. The studio cut is not my movie. Read that again. And my cut is not the 10-week director's cut. It's a fully mature edit by Lee Smith, standing on the incredible work by John Gilroy. It's all Stephen Price's brilliant score with not a single radio song in the whole thing. I would be hard-pressed to go back and think of anything that we heard in the theatrical release of Suicide Squad that wasn't like a radio song, some kind of classic rock song or whatever they tried to do. It has traditional character arts, amazing performances, a solid third act resolution. A handful of people have seen it. If someone says they have, they haven't. So yeah, should be clear by now, I don't have any quit in me. Never have. And why should I? Everyday breathing is a gift. I thought my story was going to end in a grave or a cell long ago. So these I'm living are bonus rounds. I'm honored and blessed to have the career I do. Quit? After my kids watch me come home every day after the studio takeover of the edit with my heart torn out, who would I be if I told them I quit? I've never told my side of the story and I never will. Why? Same reason no one will ever know what happened on my submarine. I keep my covenants. I'm old school like that. So I kept my mouth shut and took the tsunami of sometimes shockingly personal criticism. Why? That's what I've done my whole life. Real talk, I'd rather get shot at. I'm so proud of James Gunn and excited for the success that's coming. I support Warner Brothers and am thrilled for the franchise is getting the legs it needs. I'm rooting for everyone, the cast, the crew. Every movie is a miracle, and James' brilliant work will be the miracles of miracles. I appreciate your patience. I will no longer speak publicly on this matter. Now that's interesting. A big long statement about, tangentially not quitting up on the idea of getting his cut out there. But then he says, I will no longer speak publicly on this matter. I do wonder if he might, if that includes retweeting things, if that includes something like hashtag release the Ayer cut, would that be commenting for him? I don't know. I will say this. I've seen a lot of what James Gunn has said. People want to pit these guys against each other. It seems to me like they do have each other's back, and that James Gunn, appreciates David Ayer as a person and as a director, and that David Ayer very much appreciates the same thing. I think it's okay to be excited for the Suicide Squad and still support releasing of the Ayer cut. You know what I mean? That's okay. I feel like we get so drawn up in these little minutia battles between fandoms. I think it's okay to be excited for both. They seem like he legitimately seems excited to see James Gunn's movie. James Gunn does seem incredibly supportive of David Ayer and the potential of him getting a cut in the future. So his cut released in the future. But I wanted to share that with you. Obviously a very deeply personal message from David Ayer about not quitting and not, giving up hope. So we'll see what happens from this. Again, August 5th, there is going to be a trending event, hashtag release the Ayer cut. So we will see what happens. We'll see if David Ayer retweets anything. If he tweets anything out, he's already dropped some things in the past as far as this is what my movie was supposed to be about. Will we get any more of that? Only time will tell. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Smash a like button, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell for notifications, share this video out there, and I'll talk to you later. Thanks for watching, everyone. And a huge shout out to my patrons. I appreciate you guys so much. Want to follow me on Twitter or Instagram? Check out the description below. You'll find links to my P.O. box and my Patreon as well. And I'll talk to you guys later.